The ultimate humiliation has just unfolded at the Madlanga Commission. National Coloured Congress leader Fadiel Adams thought he could walk into the inquiry and spin a web of lies, but he was just absolutely buried alive. In a breathtaking and furious showdown, Commission Chair Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga completely shattered Adams' arrogance, delivering a devastating warning that effectively told the politician to get out with his disrespect. He exposed Adams' attempts to dodge accountability, declaring that the MP is not taking the Commission or the South African people seriously. The relentless political grandstanding by Fadiel Adams has finally hit a brick wall, and the highest legal minds in the country are no longer tolerating his absolute disrespect for the rule of law. The tension reached a boiling point today when Adams showed up to give his testimony after a staggering 10-month delay. In a move that enraged the Commission, Adams submitted his witness affidavit only late last night, just hours before he was scheduled to take the stand. As he tried to spin his narrative, Chair Madlanga shut him down with a stern, humiliating warning. The arrogance was completely stripped away, leaving Adams exposed as his attempts to stall and delay fell apart under intense judicial scrutiny. This is no longer just political theatre. This is an alleged attempt to mock a judicial inquiry. It forces us to ask a terrifying question. What is Fadiel Adams so desperate to hide that he would delay his testimony for 10 months and submit evidence at the 11th hour just to avoid answering direct questions? While the establishment media tries to downplay this massive humiliation, we are exposing the raw facts. If you demand that arrogant politicians be held accountable and respect our justice system, drop a comment right now saying, "Respect the law." Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and please share this video everywhere before they try to bury this dramatic confrontation. Let's dive straight into the courtroom where Fadiel Adams was buried alive. Jabulani, roll the tape.
Of a statement that we received last night after 9 o'clock. So we've spoken with Mr. Adams and his legal team. Mr. Adams is available on the 19th. We now have a statement from Mr. Adams. And we would ask that the matter stand down to the 19th of August.
Also, Mr. Adams is legally represented, you say?
Sorry. Not Mr. Adams as legal representatives. I'm sorry. We've spoken to Mr. Adams himself.
All right. And you said the statement was sought from him when?
Well, the first Rule 3 went out to him on the 3rd of August. And then there was, 3rd of October last year. And then a response was sought by 25 October last year. There is a long and lengthy correspondence running through from October last year, and then it starts to accelerate through April, May, June, July.
Which was about what?
Which was about getting the statement and getting a response to the Rule 3. Where that correspondence finally ended was that our last offer was an agreement that the statement could be filed by Thursday last week, which we thought was, we could accommodate Thursday because we could then print on Friday, give the commissioners copies to read over the weekend. And eventually the affidavit came in late last night. I can take the commission through the correspondence. I'm not sure what would be gained by that.
I don't think it's necessary unless Mr. Adams suggests something contrary to what you have said. No, it's not necessary. Perhaps let us hear from Mr. Adams. Is it correct, Mr. Adams, that you received a Rule 3 notice which required of you to file a statement in October of 2025?
Good morning, Commissioners. Parliament can confirm that I have a very problematic laptop, and my laptop is either in for repairs or frozen, and when I became aware of the emails, I really don't want to lie, I
No,
think round about March.
you would not have to lie, so you don't even need to.
No, Commissioner, at any rate, I was aware of the roof 3 a few months ago, but
What's a few months ago?
I think 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when I became aware of it. I had not noticed it in October.
Surely this is something very important. You cannot be as unspecific as you are. When did you first become aware of the Rule 3 notice?
If you're going to ask me for a date right here, Justice, I really wouldn't be able to give you one, but it was a few months ago. But I'm under the impression that I will be getting more questions because people are mentioning me every day, so I was waiting for that. And Honourable Jackelson is 100% right in his assessment. But eventually, I saw that I wasn't going to get a subpoena, and that is why I emailed the Commission.
Is the laptop you are talking about the same laptop you are using for your parliamentary business?
It is.
So are you telling us that you are able to function in Parliament with a laptop that's giving you the problems that you are telling us now?
I am struggling with it.
And how are you able to function at Parliament?
Well, half the times I don't. Half the times I have to walk to people for information or call up for information.
Don't you have IT people who can sort out your laptop?
They do sort it out for me regularly. It works for a few days and then it just kicks in again.
I find that very hard to believe, Mr. Adams.
It can be confirmed by Parliament.
I find that very hard. Are you telling us the truth?
100% Justice.
And is this the case also with everything else you received from Parliament? From October last year until about 3 months ago, you did not receive anything from Parliament?
Justice Madlanga, I never said that. I'm saying that the laptop freezes on a daily basis. And therefore, if I may, whenever I take it out my bag, I normally have to go to IT. It will work for a day or two and it will start again. So
you say you never said what I just suggested to you now. If you did not get the Commission's Rule 3 notice from October until only about 3 months ago, that should be true of communications from Parliament as well. It's on that basis that I've just said what I said to you now.
Yes, Justice, that is what I'm agreeing with you.
So from October, I thought you were saying that's not what you said.
No, sorry. It's not even from October, Justice. It's been for about 18 months that I'm struggling with this device.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about anything else. I'm concerned about October to today. For you to only give to the Commission communication, or rather your statement, which was required from October of last year, for you to only give that statement to the Commission after 9 p.m. last night. And the only excuse you have is that you have difficulties with your laptop. All right, I don't believe that. I find it hard to believe that because otherwise you should not be operational at all as a parliamentarian. Okay, let's move on. Now, about 3 months back, you became aware that a statement was required of you. So according to what you say, which is hard to believe, you have had 3 months and we only get your statement after 9 p.m. last night. What excuse do you have for that?
There is no excuse, Justice, because when I emailed the Commission about 2 weeks ago, I asked for a date. I was given the date of the 11th. I emailed back. I said to them that it is voter registration, 6th, 7th, 8th. I essentially have 5 days to complete this thing. Can I have a slightly later date? The Commission...
Why would you have asked for a date? You would have seen from the communication which you got 3 months back that the statement was required from October last year already. Why would you have asked for a date? 3 months back, you become aware that, for such a long time, a statement was required from me. You still ask for a date instead of saying, wow, I'm very late already, and quickly putting your statement together. Why only a week or a couple of weeks back do you ask for a date only then?
The Commission asked me 3 questions, Judge, and I felt that I could offer much more than 3 questions, which is why I asked for a date. When the date was proposed on the 11th, I emailed back. I said, can I have just a little bit more time? And I was told, no, the 11th is the only available date. I moved heaven and earth. I sat up nights to conclude this thing. And I'm not saying that I'm doing that what I did was right. But what I'm saying is I tried my level best to meet the deadline of Thursday. I couldn't.
What I will say, and I will stop here, what I will say is it seems to me that you are not taking this commission seriously. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far. Because every and anything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it. This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian. And it also suggests that you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously, if for as long as you suggest is the case, you have been using a laptop that you basically cannot use. You are not taking us as a commission seriously, and I would dare say you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. Starting from now going forward, you must take this commission seriously, Mr. Adams. What do we do now, Mr. Shaskavsin?
Well, Chair, we have the statement. The next open slot, or the next slot that can be made open, is the 19th of August. And Mr. Adams can come on the 19th of August. I'd ask that we postpone to the 19th of August.
Yes. For the record, let me just repeat something that you yourself already said, Mr. Chaskalson, which is that it is not practical for us to hear Mr. Adams's evidence now.
I essentially have 5 days to complete this thing. Can I have a slightly later date? The commission.
Why would you have asked for a date? You would have seen from the communication which you got 3 months back that the statement was required from October last year already. Why would you have asked for a date? 3 months back, you become aware that, for such a long time, a statement was required from me. You still ask for a date instead of saying, wow, I'm very late already, and quickly putting your statement together. Why only a week or a couple of weeks back do you ask for a date only then?
The commission asked me 3 questions, Judge, and I felt that I could offer much more than 3 questions, which is why I asked for a date. When the date was proposed on the 11th, I emailed back, I said, can I have just a little bit more time? And I was told, no, the 11th is the only available date. I moved heaven and earth. I sat up nights to conclude this thing. And I'm not saying that I'm doing that what I did was right. But what I'm saying is I tried my level best to meet the deadline of Thursday. I couldn't.
What I will say, and I will stop here, what I will say is it seems to me that you are not taking this commission seriously. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far. Because every and anything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it. This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian. And it also suggests that you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously, if for as long as you suggest is the case. You have been using a laptop that you basically cannot use. You are not taking us as a commission seriously, and I would dare say you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. Starting from now going forward, you must take this commission seriously, Mr. Adams. What do we do now, Mr. Shaskavsin?
Well, Chair, we have the statement. The next open slot, or the next slot that can be made open, is the 19th of August. And Mr. Adams can come on the 19th of August. I'd ask that we postpone to the 19th of August.
Yes. For the record, let me just repeat something that you yourself already said, Mr. Chaskalson, which is that it is not practical for us to hear Mr. Adams's evidence now. People who follow the Commission's proceedings will have heard that all the time. We refer to what we have read in the statements of witnesses because we prepare ahead of time. if a statement was given or furnished to the Commission after 9 p.m., there is no way that that statement would then be forwarded to us, commissioners, for us to prepare. That's true of the evidence leaders as well, actually, because they too need to prepare. So practically, it is not possible to hear Mr. Adams's evidence today. For that reason, as Mr. Shaskalson requests, the hearing of his testimony Mr. Adams's testimony must be postponed. 19
August, Chair.
19 August. Mr. Adams, the hearing of your testimony is postponed to 19 August 2026. You are excused until then. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are excused.
Chair, can I be excused?
You are excused, Mr. Shaskalson.
Yes.
Let's have a short stand down. We'll hear from you when you are ready to.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah. Let's adjourn.
Let's start with exactly what happened today, August 11th. Fadiel Adams was subpoenaed and scheduled to finally take the stand at the Madlanga Commission at 9:30 a.m. For weeks, Adams has been all over social media and in front of cameras, bragging that he was going to turn the commission upside down. He literally told the public to expect bombs, big ones. But when the moment of truth arrived today, the bombs didn't drop. Instead, we got a masterclass in stalling. Evidence leader advocate Matthew Chaskelson had to immediately request a postponement of Adams' testimony to August 19th. Why? Because despite being served with a Rule 3 notice all the way back in October 2025, Adams only submitted his sworn witness affidavit late last night after 9 p.m. Think about that. A member of Parliament who claims to have the explosive truth about the top generals of the SAPS waits 10 months and then drops a highly complex legal affidavit on the evidence leader's desks the night before he is supposed to testify. It was a blatant ambush tactic designed to prevent the Commission's legal team from properly reviewing the documents before questioning him. The evidence leaders literally had no time to consult on his claims, forcing the delay. But here is where the story goes from political theatre to absolute comedy. When you delay a judicial commission for 10 months, you need a bulletproof reason. What was Fadiel Adams's excuse for ignoring the Commission's emails since October? A broken laptop? I am not joking. Adams looked the Commission in the eye and blamed his 10-month delay on a faulty and problematic laptop. He claimed the device was either frozen or in for repairs, which allegedly caused him to miss critical emails from the Commission. He told the judge that he only became aware of the emails 3 to 4 months ago and had to rely on phone calls and colleagues for updates on his parliamentary work. This is a man who sits in the National Assembly. This is a man who draws a massive taxpayer salary to legislate and oversee the country. And his official legal defense for ignoring a judicial inquiry is the equivalent of a schoolboy saying, "The dog ate my homework." He wanted the country to believe that a national political leader could not find access to a working computer or a smartphone to read his emails for nearly a year. Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga was having none of it. And this is the moment where Adams' arrogance was completely stripped away on live television. Madlanga looked right through the excuses and slammed Adams, calling his story totally unbelievable. Madlanga hit back with lethal precision, questioning how Adams could possibly function as a member of Parliament if he couldn't even manage to reliably use a laptop to read his official correspondence. Madlanga stared Adams down and delivered a chilling reprimand. He said, and I quote, "It seems to me that you are not taking this commission seriously. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far, because everything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it." Madlanga then went in for the final blow, stating, "This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian." It was a total burial. Adams, the man who likes to posture as the tough, fearless street fighter, was reduced to a stumbling politician, getting scolded by a judge who saw right through the smokescreen. Madlanga laid down the law. The era of Adams playing games with this commission is over. To understand why this showdown is so critical, we have to look at exactly who Fadiel Adams is. Adams is the founder and leader of the National Coloured Congress, the NCC. He built his brand on the Cape Flats by being loud, aggressive, and claiming to fight for the marginalized. He uses highly inflammatory populist rhetoric, often leaning into racial politics and gangster analogies to build his street credibility. He managed to secure a seat as a member of parliament, but his tenure has been steeped in controversy. In fact, right now, as he appeared before the commission, Adams is actively serving a 20-day suspension from parliament. Why? Because Parliament's Ethics Committee found him guilty of breaching the ethics code after he recklessly doxed a DA staff member, publishing their personal contact details on Facebook. He is a politician who thrives on chaos. He previously bragged that he was a shooter and a robber in his youth, claiming his past makes him fearless against the police generals. He publicly challenged General Nalanla Mkhwanazi to arrest him. He loves the camera. But the Madlanga Commission operates on facts, evidence, and sworn testimony. And as we saw today, Adams' media bravado does not survive cross-examination under oath. So why is Adams at the Madlanga Commission in the first place? Why does this inquiry care about a suspended MP with a broken